So, Les, I want you to imagine a town, suburbs, nice neighborhoods, coffee shops, farmers market,
Very wholesome sounding.
very wholesome, but also vampires live there, and elves and minotaurs.
Kind of sounds fun. Just a little normal thing. A little fun little
Just
town. Kind of
completely normal.
Zootopia.
Absolutely, completely normal. Everyone is just going about their lives. But in this town, there's also a facility.
A professional clinical pharmaceutical facility.
Yes, where the minotaurs go to be milked for ED meds.
There's paperwork. There's lab coats. There's rubber gloves. It's very above board.
Oh, yes. And our girl Violet is drowning in student loan debt and completely out of options. So she takes the job.
Because the pay is excellent and the benefits are great. And sometimes that's enough.
I mean, whatever you have to do to keep Sally Mae off your back. Am I right?
That's right. And CM Nascosta finds the most particular way for Violet to do just that.
She sure did. And luckily for us, it is the new trope we're diving into in this episode. So let's pump this one out, shall we?
Oh God, here we go.
Welcome to Pickle Party, where Romantasy gets a little naughty. Join the bride, it's book club time. Tropes and memes and feeling oh my.
All right, guys, welcome back. Today, Leslie and I are continuing our journey into the unknown with another edition of Jules and Leslie Try a New Trope. This time, we decided to venture into the bizarre world of CM Nascosta. This is considered someone who writes monster bait romances, if you will. So, which means her stuff is focused around humans falling in love with non-human beings. And she has a little series called the Cambric Cove series. And the first book in this series is called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
And you meet our star of the show, Violet, and she's drowning in debt. She can't find a job. She's her major's like art history. So it's not like there's a ton that she can just dive
Yeah,
into.
she was an art history major. I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
She was an art history major and she graduated from college and found out that there are not a ton of museums that are hiring art history appreciationists.
Or at least ones that make decent pay. Like she's even her mother like offers her a job at one point that she had a friend that worked at the museum.
It's like a
And
dozen at the museum.
yeah, but it was like
She'd
minimum
basically be like,
wage.
yeah, standing there and giving out information at the information desk. Not at all what Violet wants to do. But she is so tired of working minimum wage jobs to pay these outrageous student loan debts because she didn't just have her bachelor's, she got her master's. So she's got a lot of student loan debt on her hand
And credit cards. She's got a ton of credit
and
card
credit
debt
cards. She's been living off her credit card.
because
And
you
she is just,
refuse
she,
to go home.
and that's what she's looking down the barrel of a gun for her, which is moving home. She is in a big city. This big city is a mixture of humans and non-humans. However, it is predominantly human.
Yeah.
And she is from a completely human area.
Yeah.
So moving to the big city after college was already a big deal for her.
And horrified
But
her mother.
it terrified her mother. But she's there. She's been there for a while now and she likes it. She doesn't want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
But she's really kind of left with not many options. So when we find her and we meet Sweet Violet,
Mm-hmm.
she is at her orientation watching a video on exactly what the job entails. And if we're not being clear, guys, about what this job entails as a milking technician, let me just put it this way. Minotaurs don't have udders.
I think you can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
And it's for ED meds. That's another clue.
Apparently, Minotaur sperm is chock full of health bennies. Who knew? One of them being meds for men with ED, specifically human men with ED. So minotaurs who tend to be, I guess, extremely virile.
Yeah, I guess that's the word you would use for it. I was gonna say
Uh,
fertile, but that's a different thing.
well, they are also very fertile, but men who they go through stages and seasons where they need to pump and dump a lot, so to speak. And why not make some money while they're doing it?
And they actually get paid pretty handsomely.
Yeah, they get
And
paid pretty good.
this job is not sexual. It's not one that's
It's
like,
not sexual. Are they lubing up and jacking off minotaurs to the point of coming? Yes, they are.
well,
But
they put them
for
up to a machine at one point.
they do, they get them there, and
Yeah.
then they let this machine do the rest of the job.
Yes.
So I'm gonna need you guys to just kind of wrap your heads around that. And the room that she describes, the milking room, she describes like a bench that these minotaurs sit in
Okay.
that has a hole in it.
So this is my thing. Like I was trying to wrap my head around like what this looked like. Is it like a glory hole?
Basically, it's like imagine a chair, if you will, with I think they called it a bench in the book.
It's
like
a bench because the bench bangs against the wall, basically.
Yeah, but imagine almost like a chair that's backwards and has a hole cut out in the area where your crotch would be if you decided to straddle it.
Yeah.
And their junk goes through the hole and plops down, and the person who's doing the milking is like standing beneath them. So I picture like this elevated chair and like just this dangle hanging from the chair.
So, like an
And there's
elephant trunk comes down.
yes. And minotaurs are not small, guys. And CM Nascosta does a great job of just like his, cock flops through the hole. Like the way she alliterates it. It's very it paints a picture.
It's
because it's not just the dong, it's the dong and the testes.
Yes.
It's like the whole package comes down.
Well, I mean, I feel like that would be uncomfortable if they were just banging their balls against the back of the chair.
100%, because apparently when these guys get going, they start to buck. Up against, and when she describes this makes me think of the Sex and the City episode where Charlotte marries Harry and Carrie sleeps with his best man, and he's just really bad in bed, and she like throws out her neck because he just like jackhammers her. Like what she describes the like young buck minotaurs doing when they start to get going, that's what I picture.
Right.
Like jackhammering into the bench.
Yeah. And it sounds like their knees are like all bruised up because of how many times they ram into the wall.
It's very interesting. I would just love to know how she came up with this concept. She thought long and hard.
Yeah, it's very detailed. I have to say that. Like the other one
very
we did
detailed
with
on
Frisky,
what this room would look like.
It's like short to the point. Like it's not one that's like that's very described. You kind of you let your imagination do a lot of the put together in that one. This one,
Yes.
she is very descriptive, and you kind of understand the entire facility, how it works, all its processes, what's the point of it, what she's going through, what she sees. And so I do have to say, good job on the description. Like you really did work on that. So
she gives you a very good idea of what you're looking at.
You don't have many questions.
And if you guys are wondering how much stuff comes out of these minotaurs, I know her love interest pumps at least 24 ounces a go.
That's a lot, though.
That is so much. That is so much.
Just don't. I mean, okay. And then also the cover, guys. If you notice the cover, and she's pouring out like
she's
milk.
pouring it out.
Well, it doesn't. You
but
don't
no,
know
like she looks like she's pouring out milk, and that's
yes!
milk.
Exactly. That's what I think. Like at the end of it, after I finished reading it, I looked at the cover again and I was like, that's not milk she's pouring out.
No, that is not milk. Well, and so, okay, I have so many questions about the actual Minotaur she falls in love, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Okay. So she's overcome with initial shock when she realizes what she has to do, and she takes her training seriously. And you guys, this training is intense. It's 2 weeks
Mhm.
of watching someone else jack off a Minotaur and clean and prepare the room.
Yeah. And
And
it's very like sterile cleaning process. Like after
it's
everybody.
very much, yeah. This is not like some boudoir house. Like this is one of those. It's a very clinical, what I imagine almost like a fertility clinic. Like very,
You sign up for an appointment. It's kind of like donating blood. You come in and you're gonna.
yeah. For them, it really is. They're like, it's like when you donate plasma. You like sign up, you go in, you do the thing, you get paid, and they pay them based on how much they
Put out.
release.
Yeah.
So
And some are like once a week.
yeah, some are multiple times a week. It just depends on what they can and what age in life they're in. The older Minotaurs, the ones trying to get their kids through college and whatnot, might take a little longer and might have a little less to give than the younger stud.
Yeah.
So, but we learn all that later in the book. So she overcomes her initial shock and she starts successfully completing some solo sessions and gaining financial security, mastering what I guess we can call an unconventional routine. But one of her first solo clients, he's known as what is a clock watcher. Now, there are different types of Minotaurs that go to this clinic. The earners are the ones that they also call the clock watchers. And they're the ones that are very businessy. They're just there for the money. This isn't really a pleasure thing for them.
Mhm.
They just want to make some money and go. And they are not necessarily polite. There's no there's no small talk. It's very straight to the point. And we're done.
I'm on my lunch break. Let's get this done.
Yes, they're the ones who pop in on their lunch break and they're like, quick and to the point. Let's not dawdle here. There are Minotaurs and these are my favorite ones. They're called the good little cows. And they're the ones that are there to just get off because they think it's hot.
Yeah.
And they ask the women to wear like milkmaid uniforms and shit. Like there's milkmaid scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very much like at a fertility clinic, they have ways to help the Minotaurs get off. And one of them is by wearing milkmaid scrubs and pretending to be milkmaids. And they call those guys the good little cows.
Are you still with us, guys, at this point?
Yeah, have we lost all our followers yet?
They're like, oh my God, Jules and Leslie went to a new trope and now we're done.
We're done.
She realizes that she may be lusting after a client, but she's not really sure about it. Like, it's an odd feeling for her almost. Like, she doesn't know how to process it.
Yeah, so this first client she has, his name, she doesn't know it yet. She doesn't know it through like the whole first half of the book. It kind of drove me crazy.
Well, their files don't have their names on them. It just has initials.
No, they don't. They're like initials, like client number 8795RK or whatever.
Right.
And I get it. But it drove me crazy not to know his name. Because I just kept calling him like the Minotaur when I was like explaining the book to Ed. I'd say, well, the Minotaur. And he'd be like, what's his name? And I'd go, I don't know. It's driving me crazy. He asked me, I said something about butt play, and I can't remember how it came up. Ned goes, because he's reading the ACOTAR, and he's like, "There's no butt play in those books." And I go, "Not in those books." And he goes, "There's butt play in the other books you're reading." And I was like, "Maybe a lot of weird shit happened in Frisky."
A lot of weird shit happened.
And this book wasn't much better.
Oh, I felt like I didn't have as many questions.
No, she answered a lot more questions in this one than we got with Frisky, but this book was also like 7 or 8 hours compared to Frisky's hour and 15 minutes.
True. Well, 6 hours compared to an hour and 15 minutes.
There's a little bit more time to kill with this one, but she
she lets you know more about the world and the friends that she has. Like Frisky is like all just like zoned in on those two to where like you
Yeah, it's
actually
just that
meet their
one setting.
friends and she goes to like the coffee house and then she's back at the milking farm and then she goes out to a couple other places like the farmer's market. And so,
Yeah, she definitely creates she's definitely creating a world. There's definitely this book is definitely a setup for this world that she's creating. I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious. There's more I want to know, more than anything, just because I'm like, what is going on? So she has this first experience with this customer, and instead of like bucking hard against the bench, he kind of pumps it nicely, and he doesn't seem to be like the other clock watchers. And she's so nervous, but it seems to be a really good session. And she seems pretty happy with herself. And it's after he's done that she really kind of gets to look at him and is like, oh wow, he's really handsome for a Minotaur.
Mhm.
Now, what are you picturing? Because like this book and what I picture most of the time for a Minotaur, like they have a full-on cow or bull face.
Yeah. The
And
kissing left me questionable. I'm like,
that exactly. So the kissing had me questioning things, but I did see because I was just curious, like, are there other ways to like be a Minotaur? Like I'm just picturing this one way. And I don't know about you guys, but when I think of Minotaur, I think of the Paul Rudd, Sean William Scott movie, Role Models. It's like Minotaur. And you never saw that. It's really funny actually. But they worked for an energy drink company called Minotaur.
mhm.
And the Sean William Scott character is like the mascot. And he's
Yeah.
always in this like half bull costume, and the upper half is bull. And that's all I can think of
Mhm.
is that. And so I did look it up, and there was one, maybe two drawings portrayed where it was more of a human looking face with bullish features.
But her cover is not that.
No, it is not.
But he has human hands.
Exactly. But his feet are hooves.
Yes.
So what's going on in the crotchal region? That's what I need to know.
It
It's
seems like
described
it's
like
normal, but just
it seems like it's
large.
a large human like.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but then I think she mentions that it's spotted,
I missed
like
that
his
part.
hide.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she said something about how it's spotted like his hide or something like that. I don't know. So I've got questions about how really this all works, but I guess we just have to really suspend belief, don't we? Because it's not in this Cambric Cove area, the human non-human relationship is not uncommon.
Yeah, and I mean, even in other books that I've read, like, well, even Frisky, like apparently it works, whatever it is. I mean, I've read one about snake people. I've read one that's like a lion. It's like a lion, half alien, half, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I,
there's a there
apparently
is
it
some weird
works and it works like it's supposed to. So I don't.
Okay, real talk. What if your morning coffee actually did something for you beyond just keeping you alive?
That's exactly why we're obsessed with Jobby Coffee. They make protein coffee, so you're hitting the protein goals before you've even put on real pants.
If you're an iced coffee girly, grab their protein coffees. Hot coffee, more your thing. Their protein creamer drops right in, and the flavor's absolutely delicious.
The link is right below this episode. Click it and use our code for 15% off. Go get your
Get your protein.
babes. Just click the link below.
Just do the link. So I'm going to scroll for a minute. Back in November, when Leslie and I were planning this podcast, I was invited to go to a improv romantasy event at a local comedy club here in Huntsville. And I went. And one of the things they did was give titles and descriptions of smut books. And the guys on stage that are a part of this improv troupe who knew nothing about these books had to guess if these were real books or not.
Mm-hmm.
every single one of the books they described or read the description to, I was like, that is absolutely not a thing. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Every single one of those books is real. And Morning Glory Milking Farm was one of the books.
Mm-hmm.
There was another they described called Get in My Swamp, an ogre love story that I thought for sure I would have put my life savings, which isn't much, but I would have put it that was not in the least a book. And it is 120% a book. And not only is it a book, someone in the audience had read it. So there's a lot of weird shit out there. And that's even what one of the guys said at one point when I think it was the ogre one, when she got to him and she was like, so is this real or not? He goes, if I've learned anything tonight, you guys read weird shit. So this is true. This is the thing. And he was the only one who got it right. Like, I can't tell you how shocked I was. And I even told myself, I want to read the Minotaur one.
Nothing is left untouched in this like genre.
No.
Anything and everything that somebody can make a kink out of, they will.
I mean, there's all kinds of genres for porn out there, right? I guess with reading, it won't be any different. Now, I don't think that there's actual porn featuring Minotaur that's real, because those aren't real. So this is where I guess the books can come into play more, because now you can create those fantasy worlds. But yeah, no, the whole biology of it all the anatomy of it all.
Yeah.
It left me questioned. But Violet, going back to the book, Violet is realizing that this is the first time she's found an attraction to a being that's not human, and kind of not opposed to exploring something with them. But at this point for her, she wants to be professional.
She does, but also like in the world, even though there are mixed species relationships, there's not many. It's very rare.
Yes.
And so you get looked at differently if you are in one of those. So I think that's one of the things that she's like, oh, this is taboo, but I'm feeling this.
She's lived in predominantly human areas. And in those predominantly human areas, it's not unheard of for there to be a human, non-human match, but they get looked at a lot. I imagine it's probably what it was for a lot of like mixed race couples back in like the 50s and 60s when, you know, there's.
I love how you did the dad joke, though, that it was unheard of.
It was unheard. I've been married to Ed too long, way too long, y'all.
Oh, that just made me happy.
Way too long. So she feels very unprofessional lusting after this client and vows that these thoughts are never going to happen again. This is just, she's new to the job. It's bound to happen. She continues her work, and there are no other experiences that leave her feeling randy until that same Minotaur comes back and actually requests her. When they request you, they put a special sticker on the file and things get moved around. And it's again, a very whole technical, clinical process.
And you can ask for certain milking technicians because some like others better because of what they do.
Well, it's just like, you know, if you go to a massage place regularly, you have, I know at our local massage place, I have a specific guy I like to see.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing if you're going to go get your blood drawn. There's certain nurses, I'm like, I don't want that one. Give me the other one.
Listen, at the clinic I go to for my weight loss, there is one girl there where if she's the one who's doing my measurements and stuff, and she asks me if I want to take my shots there, I will tell her no. I would rather give them to myself because she goes so slow and it hurts so bad. And I'm very much like that. Just do it. I'm covered in tattoos. Needles don't bother me.
Yeah.
Just do it. And she slowly, it takes her like a minute to give me my B12 lipo, and it stings like a son of a bitch. As opposed to if she would just do it.
Yeah.
So no, I totally get that. Like, you want what you want. On this Minotaur, really, he likes the way Violet works him. She has this thing she does with her pinky finger and his foreskin. Oh, guys, by the way, Minotaurs, not circumcised, in case you were wondering.
No, they are not.
So, and she knows how to work a foreskin, apparently.
And there's certain
So
things
they have
that
a,
they like that they have written in their charts. So like this is
yes, they
how
have like their, yeah, you can like look in their charts and they can be like, I like it when you tug my testes. Or I like
yeah.
it when flip the end of it when you're, I don't know.
That sounds so painful.
I don't know. Listen, I've been reading Akatar Silver Flame and they like to do things where they're like, it almost hurts, but it doesn't. And I don't
Yeah.
know. You never know with this Minotaur. So they actually have a conversation this time, which she's not used to because most of the time it's very professional, like I'm not staying at the gyno's office to talk to the person who just had their fingers up my hooch checking my uterus.
Right.
So, and typically they're not staying there to talk, but this time they had a conversation and it leaves her with, for you fellow Love Island people, which congratulations, guys, we made it. It's the first week of June. We're recording this, which you guys know it means Love Island has premiered. It has. And all is right in the world. But this situation leaves her with fanny flutters. Fanny flutters is when your vagina tingles.
Okay, I read that and I didn't know what that meant.
So a couple seasons ago on Love Island, they had a girl from Australia live, and she was tasked by a host to basically make up a saying and act like people say it all the time in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be like a sexual saying, and she had to just make it up and try and make it like a thing. And fanny in the UK and Australia is actually what they call vagina.
Oh.
So if you say fanny, meaning ass, to somebody from the UK, they'll look at you like you're crazy. If you're talking about your ass and you're like, I'm shitting out my fanny, they're going to look at you like, that is a problem. That's not where you're supposed to poop from, kind of thing. So she started telling everybody about fanny flutters,
Mm-hmm.
vagina tingles,
Mm-hmm.
and it totally caught on. And I hear it everywhere now. But yeah, that's what a fanny flutter is.
So guys, if you don't know, we write scripts for every show that we do for you guys. And it's mainly just to keep us on track because trust me, we'd squirrel and just go off into randomness.
We would never have one solid episode. It would just be us yammering on about stupid random shit.
So I read that line that you had in here at fanny flutters, and I just kind of kept scrolling down. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I realized when I said it that if you're not a Love Islander, and I know you're not, that you would know what that means. But yes, she got fanny flutters. And so she has to go home and take care of herself again. And she realizes she only feels like she needs to go home and immediately masturbate after taking care of this specific Minotaur.
Right.
And she's aware that this is becoming a problem, but she ignores that inner voice telling her that she shouldn't see him as a client anymore.
Yes.
And just keep seeing him. I mean, nothing says economy is broken quite like looking at a 10-foot bull man and thinking, wow, look at these dental benefits.
So moving on to part 2. Violet has had a very messy day, but she's able to pay her bills. And so she's even wondering if she should just quit this, like just after she's getting all these feelings for this one minotaur, like, should I just quit this job? But my bills are being paid. And she's on the fence of, do I want to move to this cozy little town or stay in the city? But
it does not help that her mother has called and mentioned that her junior high sweetheart has recently moved back to her hometown as divorced.
Yeah.
And looking. And this kind of rattles Violet. Like, you remember the Friends when Rachel's mom sends her like the people who are getting married and stuff, like the local marriage announcements. Mm-hmm. And one time it was Barry and her former maid of honor. That's kind of the vibe I got from that.
Right.
So it rattles her, and her day gets better when she sees that her last client is her favorite Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very smooth conversation, and while she's doing her job, they're just talking while she's jerking.
He's very gentlemanly, I have to say.
He is very gentlemanly. Like he is so polite that when he does start talking to her dirty, it catches you completely off guard.
Yes.
You
Well,
don't
and
see that coming at
he's
all.
like telling her where to go have coffee and the farmer market and like places to check out that she'd enjoy.
Yeah.
It's it is kind of it as all this is going on too, that which is kind of comical.
Smoothly, I think, says something like, well, what does your partner think about this job? And she was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm single. And I think she's kind of like, well, what does your wife or your girlfriend think about you having to come here? And he was like, I'm single.
But she finds out about the rings
He
because
has a ring in his nose.
and if you have a ring in your nose, it's supposed to be like a wedding ring. It's you get a ring in your nose when you get married, and it means you're owned by another. Well, obviously, he was married at one point and divorced, but he has never wanted to take it out because he's worried it's going to hurt. This is
Mhm.
my thing, though. When he says he's worried it's going to hurt, like I take my nose ring out and it
He
doesn't
didn't say,
hurt.
I don't recall him saying he was worried it was going to hurt. I recalled him saying that he just didn't have the time. It's just always at work.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Rourke tells Violet that his nose ring signifies a previous marriage and explains that removing it is supposed to be very painful. Later, he decides to remove the ring and to pursue a new relationship with her as detailed in chapter summaries.
Oh, okay.
So maybe he meant emotionally.
Okay. So, like, when he was telling her about the ring,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, yeah, it's supposed to be painful so that if you pull it out, you think twice before ending kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that makes more sense because I just know when she looks confused, he's like, oh, I haven't had time. I've been really busy. And
Yeah. But there again, like it's like a septum piercing. Like it I don't know. My nose ring's so easy to take out. Like I just can't imagine it hurting unless it just wasn't healed, you know? Let's see where we were. Oh, so they start having these conversations and he tells her about this coffee shop to go to. And so she goes to this coffee shop that's recommended to her, and she actually makes a friend at the coffee
she
shop.
does. She makes a vampire friend. Her name is Galis, but she calls her Gilly. And they bond over their absurd jobs because Gilly, like I said, is a vampire and she works draining humans for a restaurant that she works at. And this
Mhm.
restaurant is a restaurant for vampires, but they take the blood and make actual edible food with the blood. It's actually kind of interesting what she describes. I wouldn't be mad if she gave Gilly a love story at some point in the series
Right.
because I like this character. But Gilly was turned a vampire in the 80s
Hmm.
and she just oozes cool and she's British and just everything Violet wants to be. But more importantly, the relationship she builds with Violet helps Violet feel like Cambric Creek could actually be your home.
Yeah.
She's starting to feel more at home when she's in Cambric Creek and she's doing more of her shopping and more of her socializing
Yep.
when she's there for work as opposed to when she's home in the big city. And I mean, it's not far out of town. It's just like this Cambric Creek area is just like a little suburb to this city she lives in.
Yeah.
Imagine New York, if you will, and Cambric Creek is, I guess, one of the like Jersey. I don't know.
Is there a farming area outside of New York City?
I think in northern New York. I don't know. We can ask John.
But so
So
she's starting to warm up to this place, and now that she has a friend, like she's really warming up of like, hey, I might make a life here. And so she starts hanging out with Gilly more and hanging out at this coffee shop more. Well, she runs into Rourke.
Well, Rourke's become a regular at this point too. He
Yes.
sees her, he has made a point to be her last customer on every Friday. He
Yes.
wants to be her last. He doesn't, when
Hmm.
he comes to see her, I think the second time he asks her, do you have anybody left today? And she goes, one other person. He was like, oh, so when do you stop seeing clients? And she told him, and he was like, okay. And then he started booking his appointment for that time period. Um, which totally told me he was building up to asking her to join him after work one day. But
Hmm.
there is one day when she has a couple last minute cancellations and she texts Gilly to meet me at the coffee shop. While there, she does run into Rourke,
Hmm.
apparently is his name. That's how she finds out his name because they call it out at the coffee shop. But he's standing behind her and he ends up buying her coffee and it just leaves her feeling flustered. And she overhears him having a conversation with someone else. And what she overhears makes her think that he's not single.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
They actually haven't had the talk about the ring yet. And
Not
she
yet.
is wondering what the ring means. But what she overhears leads her to believe that he is not single, that he is actually married. And he buys her the coffee and it leaves her feeling flustered and floopy, as we like to say. And so she tells him, well, someone's waiting for me, and just leaves.
Well, Gilly sees their attraction too.
Oh, from like all the way across the restaurant. She is like, who is that sexy Minotaur? Apparently, guys, Rourke is like one sexy Minotaur.
Yeah. He's like the Ryan Reynolds of Minotaur.
There you go. There you go. He's like the Justin Timberlake
There you
of
go.
Minotaur.
I don't know. I
So
think I could get past the Minotaur face, though. That'd be a little weird for me.
I had to find an illustration that I could wrap my mind around. And it took me a while, but I will see if I can send it to you. But it is more of a human-y version.
Okay.
Kind of what a lot of illustrations that you see for Juniper from Crescent City.
Okay.
It's like that, where like the horns and stuff are coming out of the hair, but the facial features are more humanish
Yeah,
with
well,
subtle animal similarities.
Crescent City has a lot of that. I mean, they really do. I mean,
Right. Well, and
Lydia's
Juniper
even
is
like
half
a
fawn. I mean,
well, so is Lydia. Lydia is like a shapeshifter fawn.
yeah,
So there's quite a few characters that and they all, there's no like you have to stay in your species. Like they
yeah,
all intermix. So
yeah.
um
So kind of similar idea here. In order to wrap your mind around it, I think that sometimes you have to, because I couldn't wrap my mind around what was on the cover.
right. Well, and but this even in sci-fi, I mean, how many sci-fi movies can you watch that, they fall in love with the alien and you're like, how the hell does that work? But
I like so many questions. So many questions. I just like when she was describing kissing him, all I could think was like, cows are so like they like lick their nostrils.
That's what I thought of too. Oh my God,
They
that was
like pick their nose with their tongue, and like so that is why I had to go to that idea, because I couldn't wrap my mind around it the other way. I couldn't. So, and I think in order to get behind these books, you're going to have to bend
yeah.
your imagination to your will.
Bend it as if you're
Um,
watching a sci-fi movie and they fall in love with an alien.
yeah, you kind of just you got to suspend belief, guys. If you're not going to suspend belief, these books are not for you. No romance books are for you.
Just stay out of fantasy and sci-fi.
Just stick to biographies if you have a hard time.
Find some nonfiction.
Definitely. So she gets back to the table and like Leslie said, Gilly's like, hey, what is up with that hot asshole? And Violet kind of tries to be like, oh, is he good looking? She kind of tries to play it off. And Lily's like, no, that's one sexy man and he is into you. And she was like, oh, I don't know. I think he's got a lover or a wife. So literally that day, in a couple hours, is her standing appointment with him. So she sees him back at the clinic and she finally just asks him about the nose ring. And he explains that he was married, but has been divorced for 2 years and has not had time to have it removed. And as we had to fact check, also, it's supposed to be a very painful process to have it removed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Catholic thing, if you will, like anything to keep you from getting divorced. But it didn't work. He still got divorced. And after a couple more sessions and lots of flirting that leave her hot and bothered, he tells her that he is planning to get the ring removed that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that same weekend, he's getting the ring removed. She gets a terrible phone call and finds out that her great aunt, who is more like a grandmother to her, passed away. and she had to go home for a couple weeks to help with closing up her great aunt's house and funeral arrangements and mourning and whatnot. So she ends up being gone last minute for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. She
How's
comes,
Rourke when he sees her?
well, he's chafed.
That cracked me up. So right before she leaves, she describes training a new girl who's just
She's in it
very
for the
tech.
money and has no interest in doing it right.
No, she doesn't care about doing her job well. She
No.
just wants to do it.
She's just ready to put the
And
machine on and let it do it for it.
yeah, yeah. She'd much rather just put the little finish off her machine on them and walk away. She doesn't like to look at their preferences. For some reason, she was given Rourke while Violet was out of town. And Rourke's elation at Violet being back is quite comical. And he tells her straight up, he's like, bitch chafed me. Like, as Violet's putting this industrial strength lube on her hands, like I picture those giant jugs at the pump. You know, like at the hair salon when they're washing your hair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing they're using.
Or like the ketchup and mustard when you're at the baseball game.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm picturing. As she's like doing that, he's like, oh my God, she was awful. He even gives her a nickname, and I can't remember what it is, but it's pretty funny. It's like Stiff Hand Sally or something like that.
Right.
But apparently she jerks hard and she doesn't lubricate enough.
Right.
So Violet takes care of him nicely, really pays a lot of attention to the foreskin. And she really loves to cup his balls too. Like the way she describes it, because she'll like put him on the machine and then just like cup his balls. I just like, was she bouncing them? What's she doing? Blow it. What is she doing to him? Motorboating him.
I think that would be a little bit too far with HR and motorboating.
That might be She was warned at the beginning of the job that sometimes they'll try to say, hey, if you put your mouth on there, it'll make me come faster.
Yeah.
Not to do it.
Yep.
Not to do it.
And
I would imagine that would mess up the sterilization.
You can ban those customers too.
Yes. You can ban the ones that want you to suck it.
Yeah.
So after she takes care of his needs, much to his delight, he asks her to join him for coffee, and she agrees.
Yeah. And then after they have a nice conversation, he asks her to dinner. Well, they keep going on dates. And Violet's ready to go to the next level. I think he's very hesitant because of the whole anatomy part.
Listen, y'all, Violet is hard up. She is now watching human minotaur porn. She bought a bigger dildo. She is dying for Rourke to touch her lady bits.
Right.
And it doesn't happen. And at this point, they've dated for like over a month. It's been they're way past the 3-date rule. Like they're in it. They're in a committed boyfriend-girlfriend relationship kind of at this point.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't done anything. And one of the chapters in this section, which is chapters 13 through 17, opens with Gilly like waxing her.
Yeah.
And being like, listen, I don't know what else I don't know what else to do. But as soon as he sees this nice, smooth, clean area, there's no way he's not going to seal the deal.
Right.
Like, this has been a long thing for Violet. She is hard up. Like, short of jumping on his face in the middle of a restaurant, she doesn't know what she's going to do.
Well, speaking of that restaurant.
So she decides to be, and Gilly even says, don't wear underwear tonight.
Yeah.
Don't wear underwear.
So he figures out she's not wearing any underwear. And
yeah, he like goes to put his hand around her, and all of a sudden he feels that there's no panty line.
Yeah.
She's wearing I guess a thin fabric skirt, like a silk skirt.
Yeah.
You can't feel a panty line.
So in this middle of this restaurant,
He goes from being so polite, you guys. I was on a walk during this part when I was listening to this, and it made me, I think I tripped a little bit because it just comes out of nowhere.
Right.
I'm thinking it's going to be like he notices the smooth, bottom, no panty line, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he kind of tells her, "Let's go home."
Right.
No, he's straight up like, "Violet, what did I tell you when we started dating?" And she thought about it and she was like, "Well, I mean, you told me you were going to spoil me." And he goes, "Right. Don't you think I meant this pretty little pussy too?" Like out of nowhere. And then he
Right.
starts talking so filthy to her out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Totally catches you off guard. And then he very discreetly, and this I could not figure out how he did discreetly.
No.
He discreetly finger bangs her in the middle of the restaurant
Yeah.
and
I
explains that she's been in charge this whole time. And she's been the only one holding them up from doing any more. He was waiting on her lead, and she was waiting on him to take
mhm. So they get back to her place and he explains you're not ready to take his Sykes's Minotaur ginormous. Um, and that they need to work up to it. And
And
he
also, her apartment is tiny
and
and he
his
has
hooves are
barely any
gonna
room.
his hooves are gonna rip the sheets.
Yeah, she doesn't want his hooves to rip the sheets. He doesn't want his hooves to rip the sheets. And they can't both fit on her bed. It's all very New York apartment small.
Yeah. So
But
he
he's
tells
got
her
a
to
nice
pack a
house.
bag.
He's got a nice big house at Cambric Cove.
Yeah. So the weekend she's supposed to stay with him, pack a bag, and they'll have more space and they can start whatever they're going to start because they have to work her up to it.
They fool around some more and he leaves her to sleep. And she realizes that she's pretty much fallen in love with him and that he could do a lot of damage to her heart if he leaves her. Like she's in trouble. And
Yeah.
she falls asleep crying because she's worried about losing what she now realizes is the love of her life.
Yeah. Um,
So at this point, Violet's probably been at the farm for a good 6 months.
so this is the part that I do appreciate her writing in this. Like Frisky was all about Frisky was like 90% smut, 10% plot.
Yeah.
So like you really do like these characters. They're, you enjoy learning about the world. You enjoy learning about these characters, and it's not all about the smut. Now, granted, yes, I know she's working for a milking farm, but I mean,
Right.
it's not about the the sex in it. Even though I mean, she's got spicy scenes, but
Yeah.
there's a lead up to it, and you actually want these two to be together because they do enjoy being around each other and they are finding an attraction to one another.
Well, I mean, we've already like we like Gilly, right? We already want to
Yeah.
know more about her character. We want her to have
Yeah.
a story. We want to know her love story. There's other characters you meet that you want to know more about. I want to know more about the neighbor and her orc boyfriend.
Yes. Which he does mention because she is kind of nervous about the whole thing of them being together. And he explains to her, hey, my neighbor is an elf and she's with an orc and it's okay. It kind of eases her mind a little bit. The longer that she's at this job and the more of the clients, she's kind of questioning if she wants to. And I love that you have one of the lines down below on the script is she came for the paycheck. She stayed because the Minotaur is actually a really good
A
listener.
really good listener, right? It's true though. So, she's been there for a while now, like Leslie said, and it's she's understanding that what she does is not a sexual thing. Like at first she was having a hard time not thinking about like feeling almost a little like a sex worker.
Mhm.
But then it goes to a scene where she's taking care of an older Minotaur.
Mhm.
And right when he's going and she's about to cut off the machine, he's like, no, 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 leave it on. I know I've got more in there because you get paid by that ounce, baby.
Yeah.
And he is able to get like another half bottle out. And she even tells him, she's like, wow, that was really good. And he looks at her and he's like, my youngest just started college and she's going to college nearby, which we thought would be cheaper, but turns out it's still expensive as hell. And this is not a sexual thing for him. It was literally getting him and his family it was for him, it was security for his children, getting his children through school.
Right.
And then she thought about all the other minotaurs. Maybe they're saving up for a house. Maybe some of these guys are saving up. The younger guys are saving up for a gaming system. Like,
Yeah.
you never know what they're saving up for, but for
Or
so
just
many of
paying
them,
rent.
or just trying to make ends meet because they're, just finished school. Like, and she started seeing this job and what they have to do through a completely different lens. But she also has asked Rourke at this point if he wants her to quit, and he's told her no, it's fine. He's not possessive
Right.
like that. And if the money is good.
So once they've had their weekend, they finally
have sex.
Go all the way. And now she understands when Gilly told her that, once you've been with a non-human, you're not going back.
And he knows a lot about the vagina. So I'm guessing peens are kind of all universally the same and vages are all kind of universally the same.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Because he seems to know a lot about the human vagina, if not.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. I mean, seeming that theirs is almost...
Because his ex is a minotaur, right? She goes a little cray and does like a whole deep dive on his ex. And I want to say his ex is a minotaur.
Yeah. Yeah. So now they're doing this pattern of they're at his house like every weekend. And she doesn't want to go back.
It's months later. Like she skips forward really fast and just kind of tells you they've been together for months now. Like months later, they're in a fully committed relationship and they've got a pattern. She stays at his house on the weekends, but she dreads going back to her apartment on Sundays. She loves Cambric Creek and wants to relocate there permanently. Like she wants to live there.
And so she finally tells her mom about...
Can I tell you, that was disappointing because we didn't really get her mom's reaction, did we?
No, we didn't. And I expected her to freak out. I truly did. By her wanting her to be with her ex-boyfriend in the human world and her moving back, and it horrifies her to be in the city. Although I do have to say her mom was more open to her moving to the country than to stay in the big city.
Yeah, like when she told her mom she was going to move out to Cambric Cove, her mom was like, okay, that's great.
And I'm dating a minotaur.
Well, and so Rourke is really well connected at this point.
Yeah.
And he has gotten her the opportunity to find a job that's not only in her field, but it would also require her to move to Cambric Cove, which is ideal. And it's what she's wanting. And an apartment has just happened to open up in Gilly's building. So this is when it kind of becomes a little Harlequin-y. Yeah. Because everything just starts falling into place for her. And there's not really a conflict. Because honestly, there's not a conflict at all in this book.
No.
It's just a very slow burn romance.
It is.
There's no exes that come back that are jealous. She calls her mom to tell her about this job opportunity. And her mom's like, oh, so you're not interested in the dozing position at this museum here at home? And she was like, no, Mom, I'm not even a little bit. This is a better paying job. It's in my field and it's where I want to be. And she's like, oh, so you're moving out of the city though? And she goes, yeah. And she's like, great. Are you going to be closer to home? And she goes, no, I'm actually kind of moving the other way.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, where are you going? And she's like, well, I'm going to stay in Cambric Cove. And because her mom didn't know what she was doing, she just knew she was working in Cambric Cove and making good money. And so she tells her, I'm just going to stay in Cambric Cove and my boyfriend's here. So that makes things easier. And her mom's like, oh, wait, there's a boyfriend?
Right.
And then she basically says, and then I went on to tell my mom. And then so she flashes back to having a conversation with Rourke's neighbor, L'Oreal, the elf, who's with the orc. One very big, obviously, one very small. And kind of the mixed reactions they get and adapting to their relationship and how to handle the rude questions and things like that kind of come with being in that type of a relationship. But it doesn't ever go into how her mom reacts when she says, I'm dating a minotaur. And
it also explains that elves are stretchy.
Yeah, elves are very flexible, apparently.
Okay, so which made me we squirrel for a minute with me, because at the same time I was reading Silver Flame. So they go into Gwen's backstory, and her grandmother was a river nymph, and her grandfather was from the Autumn Court. Well, I don't know why in my mind I had river nymphs as like tiny, and I had to Google because I'm like, does that mean she was
too? Are they not?
No, they're like normal size. I thought so too. I thought river nymphs were like sprites.
Yeah,
but they're not. They are normal size.
Because I feel like in a lot of books, petite characters are described as nympho things. And
Exactly. So I did this whole research because I was listening to that and I was like, wait a minute, is she stretchy too? Like the hell? Because we're going to the
you really
autumn
want to make
grove.
sure she can take ads, can't you?
But it's just like when I read that about her grandparents, I was like, well, how did that work? Yes.
Honestly, there's no reaction to her dating a Minotaur. Her mom's mostly disappointed she won't be moving home. So I guess that's just her mom's way of being like, oh, honey, as long as you're happy. But that is not the vibe I got from her mom.
No, she seems like so like she has a plan for her. It's almost like, she has kind of like I know what's best mentality. And I felt like she would
Yeah.
freak out when she found out about the Minotaur. And we got nothing. So CM Nascosta, I'm really disappointed.
It was a little disappointing, I have to say. I thought that was going to be the conflict. But basically, after that, the book ends with Violet going back to Rourke's home where she imagines what their future holds and can't
Mhm.
wait to start forever with them. And then they have hot shower sex. And that's it.
The end.
But
And then she's done with the milking farm and she'll start her new job.
yes, I think the coolest thing about Rourke is that he's a feminist. He gets her off and finger bangs her in the middle of a restaurant while telling her she's in charge.
Yeah. I mean, he's such a gentleman. He really is. Like okay, on our scale, I would say he's probably like a 1.5 at the
I would put
most.
him at a one. Yeah.
Like not I don't know. I mean, it's just only reason I'm giving him the 1.5 is because he went to a milking farm and that's where they started their relationship.
But again, we just spent a whole time discussing that. It's not a sexual thing.
No, it eventually turned into one, but
Listen, if I could produce magic stuff like that, that would pay for my fucking mortgage, I would do it. I would do it. I would donate plasma if I would, but I can't stop getting tattoos and piercings. You got
well,
to wait 4 months.
yeah.
It's like every time I'm eligible to do it, I'm like, ooh, but I really want to get this pierced. Never mind. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. I'm going to give him a one. I think he's the perfect Minotaur, if ever there was one.
Cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll.
He's our cinnamon roll of a Minotaur. And you know what? By the time like she was dreading going back to her apartment on Sundays, I think that kind of told you everything you needed to know. I mean, when Ed and I started dating, I think he slept at the fraternity house 2 or 3 nights after we started dating, and then that was it. He never wanted to go back, and I didn't want him to go back.
It's just
He just kind of moved in with me
you found your
without
person.
trying. Yeah, it just happened. It happened naturally. I guess to each his own, but that's what this whole book is about, though, isn't it?
The whole world around them is, and that's where we will next season be diving into more of her books.
We're definitely going to stay in Cambric Cove for a while, guys. There's a whole series and we have questions. The next book stars a Mothman, and we both have a lot of questions about that.
Got it on hold already.
And Leslie is picturing the tick, the flea. Did we ever decide what it was?
What is it? The Fly? That old cartoon? What was it? Is it The Fly?
I feel like it was the tick.
Maybe it is the tick. Yes, it's the tick. You're right.
Yeah, the tick. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
So, guys, when we talk Mothman, Leslie and I are both picturing two different things. Leslie is picturing the tick, the show, the tick with the blue tick, silly superhero. I am picturing Mothman prophecies, like you see him and then you die. So I'm very curious to know how this is going to go and what this Mothman is, because I don't know anything about the Mothman in fantasy world. All I know is Mothman prophecy, Mothman. So I'm very curious about this one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to diving into that one. So
and if I do have to say, if somebody thinks this is a little weird, just remember that when you read ACOTAR, they are bat boys, and we've read vampires, we've read werewolves, Come
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this podcast, you're not that taken aback by this.
on.
Need help running your business? Sometimes We Get You Media is your AI guru hub for everything. Design, content, marketing, brand strategy, meeting transcriptions, file organization, social media, you name it, AI can help. Stop juggling a dozen tasks. Streamline your entire operations in one place. Visit www.sometimeswegetyou.com. That's www.sometimeswegetyou.com. Or email info@sometimeswegetyou.com. Sometimes We Get You Media, AI-powered solutions for modern businesses.
All right, so moving on to hot pickle cold take. Topic 1, is Violet a relatable protagonist or aspirational or both?
I think she's I don't know if she's necessarily relatable. I mean, she's a fun character.
I think she's relatable in that she's drowning in debt and she's desperate
That
in terms
part
of
would
looking
be
for a job.
that would be the only relatable part. Like,
I can't say that I would fall in love with a minotaur.
no. But yeah, I get it. Like, you get out of college, you got student loans, and it's stressful, and you got to find a good job and pay all your bills, and you're
Yeah.
drowning in credit card debt. Yes, that
Okay.
seems relatable. But the whole love story, no.
No. What about aspirational? Do you aspire to be a minotaur jacker offer? Even though by the end of the book, Violet's able to quit because she finds her dream job.
Look,
But no, she agrees to keep a couple shifts because it's such good money and it's like vacay money now.
I get it. I get it. Like, I thought about it a few times when you're like in college and you're like up to your eyeballs of like, I could be a Hooters girl.
Listen, how many times have we joked about feet pics? Taking feet
Yes.
They're
So there's been times you think about it.
listen, I went to high school with somebody who apparently has the foot fetish.
Mm-hmm.
And this person has reached out to multiple girls I went to high school with and has asked for pictures of their feet. I was not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I found out about it, me and another girl that he didn't reach out to, we were like, you guys are all saying no, but I'm saying if he messaged me, I'd be like, click, 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 click.
How much are we talking about?
Exactly.
Well, that's
And
like
he has like a job. He told them they would have to sign like an NDA if they did it.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's total, what is that, Christian
But
Grey?
he was like, I will pay you well.
I mean, look at the price of gas and fruit.
Topic 2, the monstrous exterior, gentle interior trope. Why does it resonate so strongly with romance readers right now?
I think that's everything, though. I mean, look at Reese.
I mean, Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at Callum from The Wolf King. Like, he's a wolf and then turns to man. I mean, Reese is a bat and turns to a man. You got Tamlin that we fall in love with in the first book that was a wolf and turns into a man. Like, they're all like this, like, they come off as these bad boy monstrous types. But then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, there's that teddy bear.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's always kind of every woman.
You want
likes
someone
it
to
when-
defend you and like
Yeah.
fight for you, but then you also want them to snuggle.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Ed's not one to get mad. He doesn't get upset that easily. But if I've been crossed, that's when he gets worked up.
Mhm.
And his attitude about anything is like, you could talk to whoever you want to about whatever, but you're not going to talk to my wife like that.
Right.
And when he gets worked up like that, I like it.
It's hot, I'm sure.
It is hot. It's hot when your man gets worked up over you.
Yeah. All right, topic 3. Is Rourke's slow approach genuinely respectful, or is it also a little bit of a power move? Or can it be both?
Be both.
I think he was more, I agree though, of him being a feminist. Like, I really think he was trying to take it slow. I think he really wanted her to feel comfortable. He didn't want to. Consent is everything with him.
Consent is everything with Rourke. And
Unlike
for
that
him,
guy
not wearing
on-
panties was 100% consent.
Unlike that guy on social media that we saw the other day, that's some,
That
relationship
guy.
coach. What the hell was that?
Just because she says no doesn't mean it means no. No, that's exactly what it means.
No, me, no, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, Leslie and I, we reposted it on socials. There's a video of a guy out there. He's like, I'm a relationship coach. And just because a woman says no doesn't mean it means no.
Yes, it does.
And the next clip is a dude being like, what are you, a rapist? That's exactly what it means.
What's wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong? Like you actually had the nerve to videotape yourself saying, like,
Yeah.
wow, ballsy, bold.
And
Wow.
then promote that he can teach them ways to like work around
And
that.
I can teach you ways to make them say yes. Rape? Like what?
Where are we going
What
with
is
this?
your idea of making them say yes? Ew. Ew, David. Ew. Hate those people.
So Rourke is not that.
No, he is not. All right, Brian Babes, we want to hear from you. Have you ever taken a job that you had to talk yourself into because the money made sense even when nothing else did?
Would you take this job? Be honest. The pay is good, the benefits are great, and the clients are most of the time well behaved.
If your best friend called you and told you she had taken this job, what is your honest first reaction?
What do they really look like?
And how much are you making? Is there an opening? If
Can
you're
we
that
work
desperate, and the money's
together?
good. Can we tag team it?
Is it like this? It's like the memes, where it's like the job's only supposed to be one person and it's like it takes two. And they're like both putting the paper into
Yes,
the
those
copier.
crack me up. Yes, they're both answering the phone, both like walking something out to the garbage. Yes, yes, very much.
So in my mind, it would be like one is getting the apparatus and the other is like cupping the balls. It takes two.
It takes two. Really could. We could rule the world if we really tried. Have you ever ventured into the world of Cambric Cove? If so, who is your monster bait of choice? DM us, comment, send us your hot takes at Pickle Party Pod.
And next episode, we will be finishing up our dive into ACOTAR and our last bit of Silver Flame. Silver Flame Part
Woo-hoo!
3. We are discussing Nesta's breakthrough, the blood right, and finally accepting the mating bond with Cass. Don't miss it, and we can't wait to finish the season with you guys.
Yep, it's going to be our season finale, guys. Next week is our season finale, so don't miss it. But don't worry, we're coming back for season 2. We will be back in fall 2026 for season 2. So definitely stay tuned and hit us up on all our socials.
So until next time, stay brine, babes.
And remember, the right opportunity might look nothing like what you expected, pay better than anything else on the market, and require a very specific skill set. Just keep an open mind.